we're Studio E, and we help people who struggle to memorize and read from traditional text-heavy books learn better through comics and games. Hi, I'm Erica, and I'm the Creative Director of Learning Experiences.
I'm Nat, the lead concert artist for Studio E.
I'm Joe, Operation Manager for Studio E.
And we're the minions behind this book. You see, I followed a certain someone to a certain BFM interview for a national radio. And she said, throw out the textbook. And her book was kind of done up like a textbook. So yeah, we couldn't have that. It's so not the ACE culture of making learning accessible, for people. So so I was just like, you know what, I can't do this. Give us the book. No, it's true.
The first thing we think about is we basically designing a book for people who hate reading. That is why the birth of this.
Yeah.
A book full of illustrations.
Yes.
And networks. Yeah.
Yes. Because we're very proud of the way we educate kids in ACE. And so I think it would be a pity if this book that was written is not read by a lot of people simply because they don't like reading. I always think that's a pity. There are a lot of like self-help books out there that, people don't read because A, they don't have time, B, information overload in today's day and age, and C, they just don't have the mental bandwidth for it on a daily basis.
Just overwhelmed with a bunch of text.
Yeah. And a wall of text is pretty scary for many, many people. So that's why we took this approach. Yeah, because we just wanted it to be more accessible. Yeah. And if you actually like reading, you'll love this book even more. Yes. It's true because I like reading. I like reading like comic books, even though I like reading novels. So yeah, I definitely like designing the activities in the book because for me that will sort of enhance. It takes the reading or the experience of the book from a passive one, which is reading, to something more active. And I kind of find that, it will also help the reader and the audience relate to the book better because they're thinking about it on their terms as well. So I think that's one of the most powerful ways I feel to learn, when you get to reflect on it.
It's part of the book.
Yeah.
You have to write down based on the prompts.
Yes. And that's exactly how we teach our kids in the schools here that we have, 3UMass, and MIT STEM. Yeah, because you retain 90% of what you learn when you're actually doing something. So by incorporating these activities in the book, I think that also helps us bring that learning experience that much closer to people who, are not in the school, don't necessarily know what happens here.
I actually like to draw everything inside there. Since it's not the usual thing that you want to draw, like in everyday life. So when you try to simplify the text itself, you kind of have to think a lot about how to make it, for example this one, how to make it nicely visualized. Aesthetically visualized. Because everything I like.
That's the way.
Yeah, this one. The one with the cookies. Darren with the cookies. This is fun to draw. Oh, this one.
This one.
The brain juice.
This is like a manufacturing process,
For students, right?
Yeah, for students.
A lot of people actually do like that. I get a lot of feedback for that one because I think for them it represents traditional education. Very vividly as like a manufacturing of students.
This book, I would actually recommend it to parents who didn't really know what to do with their kids, especially after they send their kids to the school and not knowing what happened with their kids, some of the meltdowns from the school. So I think I would actually recommend this to parents with kids who are new to the school.
Also, it will resonate with parents who know that traditional education and memorizing to get good grades is not enough anymore in this world when their kids go out. And for those of you who still think exams are important, but you also know that's not enough for your children, I would highly recommend you actually get this book because it does give you some clues as to how you can approach and sort of close the gap for your kids.
It helps to change your perspective in a way that the situation that happened in schools might not be the same as what you imagine it to be.
Especially when your child comes out and, for their future, because how our future is very different from theirs right
yes.
now with AI, with the advent of AI, among the many things and among the many changes actually that's happening in the world. It's going faster and faster. So if you're interested in what the modern landscape of education looks like so that you can close the gap between your child's education gap and the future, get this book.
Yes, this is the solution. I mean, one of it.
Yes, one of the many.